Like this video and subscribe, and this doggo will become your new best friend. Women of Reddit, what is the craziest thing you have ever seen at a bachelorette party? I'm a dude, but I witnessed something worth sharing. In a non-bachelorette party friendly bar, and one shows up. Totally stereotypical party too. Sashes and tiaras, lots of shrieking, etc. They were doing one of those scavenger hunts, where they have to get a guy to go to the bathroom and take off their boxers. I'm standing at the bar and they come up to this dude standing near me and ask for his boxers. He says, "If I do, will you leave?" They say yes, and the dude sets his beer down, drops his pants right there at the bar, takes off his boxers, hands them to the girls in the party, who are losing their minds, puts his pants back on and returns to his conversation. The dude didn't have to buy another drink the rest of the night. Different kind of crazy. A friend of mine wanted to go to Olive Garden for dinner, whatever. Her mom is severely obese and pretty much didn't give a shit. She, herself, ate an entire order of calamari, about 10 breadsticks, and 4 or 5 salads. Then ordered the tour of Italy, which is pretty much 3 dinner entrees in one. Finished it all. Afterwards, we start getting our tickets and her mom decides it's shot time. Thank God, I seriously needed a drink. Her daughters, the bride and her 2 sisters, start singing the shot song by those 2 idiots and Lil Jon. I look over, and her mother is pulling up her shirt and giving herself an insulin shot. At dinner, in a restaurant, they all acted like this was a normal thing. Needless to say, I told them my boss texted me and said I needed to work at 6 AM the next day. A stripper tried to do a cool move, where he did a roundhouse over another girl's head, except he kicked her. She got a concussion and threw up in a trash bag the entire limo ride to the hospital. I was visiting the Bay of Islands in New Zealand for the day and strolled through the hostel in the tiny town to find a place to eat for lunch. It was the middle of the day and a bachelorette party was in full force. A group of women, one of them wearing a veil and a crown made of dildos, all laughing while walking down the street. I find a place to eat, and leave. On my way back to the hostel, I see the bride-to-be blindfolded, tied to a lamppost, the crown of dildos still on her head. None of her friends were around. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm not a woman, but I was the best man in my brother's wedding. The bachelor party was pretty chill. My brother just wanted good food and some good booze with his friends. His bride-to-be spent her entire bachelorette party following us around to make sure that he didn't cheat on her. As you might guess, some years later she cheated on him. I'm a limo driver. I drove a large group of women to the strip club, female dancers. The bride-to-be was large, at least 300 lbs. The girls drag her on stage, do their thing, get her shirt off revealing her enormous breasts. She has a girl sucking on each tit. Surprise. She's lactating. One of the strippers gets freaked out, but the other is way into it. She starts squirting the milk all over herself. This is the most disturbing out of this thread. No lie, a male stripper dressed as a baby. The most depressing thing you could think of. Here was this fine Native American dude, long straight hair, body to die for, and smooth brown skin, in footy pajamas and a bonnet. Worst of all, he had a plastic baby bottle he pretended to pee from. And then he stripped. Worst bachelorette party ever. So I have a gay friend who likes to go to strip clubs, both male and female, but obviously he mostly goes to the gay male ones, and he likes to bring along all of his girls. We go to this rather trashy one, where the guys get fully nude. It's always an interesting time. So one time we were there, a bachelorette party showed up. They were pretty obnoxious. They pushed everyone else out of the way and were way too touchy with the dancers. Not all of them are gay, and I can say from experience they like the occasional female attention rather than male, but the guys also tip a lot better than women and these girls didn't tip once that I saw. So the craziness started when some of the ladies pulled out dildos. I'm guessing they were gag gifts to the bride. There were 2, both comically large and black. They wanted the dancers to pose with them, and wanted them to get more and more risque. The management was pretty much done with the party once the toys came out, and were getting ready to kick them out when the 2 of the girls started smacking each other with the dildos. I didn't see exactly what lead up to this as it was pretty crowded by that point. The dildo smackdown didn't last long. The bouncers cleared out the whole party, the whole mess of them yelling and upset. The rest of the place rejoiced, and we went on to have another crazy fun night.